Welcome to Beyond Our Focus. I'm Stefan, this is Amanda, and this is Breaking Prisms for October 17th. This is where we go over Black Mirror, which we've done all of, so go check that out if you like Black Mirror at all, because it's awesome. You should check it out. You should watch it. It should happen. It's on Netflix. We go over the Twilight Zone, which we've done the first 24 episodes. Those are fairly entertaining. Go check some of those out. And today we're going over Love, Death, and Robots, episode 8, called Good Hunting. Spoiler-free.
Spoiler, I don't even know how you... Spoiler-free is pretty much the story of a boy who makes friends with...
A spirit?
Yes. As close to a kitsune as you can get. But I think this is the Chinese version.
So... They said spirit in the episode. Yeah. I'm going with spirit.
I forgot what it's called. A Haijin, something like that. I
don't know these fancy words. So, yes, boy makes friend with spirit, and we see them...
We see the world progress.
Progress. There we go. There's a good word for it. Progress.
And we are apparently the worst at, making you guys excited about this episode. But you should be... You should be excited. It is a good episode.
It's just hard to talk spoiler-free about it.
Yes, exactly.
Because, yes, boy, spirit, progression of world. There's some really cool steampunk stuff in this.
Yes.
But that is what the episode's about. This boy and this girl, spirit girl thing, and the world advancing and moving on. Yay! And it is... The animation is good. I would almost say great. But there are a few things that looks like, I don't know, it feels, it's not as fluid in some areas that I would want it to be. In some aspects of it, it feels like, almost like there isn't enough frames to make everything seem right all the time. In my opinion.
Oh. I guess to me, I
think it's a very pretty episode.
Yes.
I like it, and I think it's really good. And there's a lot of really beautiful art in the episode. But certain times, it almost feels like... Almost the best way... It feels like the frame rate drops. Which isn't the case.
We're lagging!
Instead of having, like 10 shots of this animation per second, it felt like it was, 4 shots. Only for a few seconds in certain aspects, especially in some of the audio dialogue compared to how their mouths were moving. It almost felt like their mouths were going... And that was 8 words. I was like, wow, that really looks weird. Almost like maybe y'all just did an episode and there's supposed to be dialogue there. We have no idea what that dialogue is going to be. So we're just going to move their mouth a little bit and later on they're going to fill in the blank. It happens multiple times during the episode.
But I think regardless
But that is a very, 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 very small, minute, nothing complaint about an otherwise phenomenal episode.
And I'm going to go ahead and say this. Maybe not, because it depends on the person that you are. But if he would not have just said that, if he would not have said anything, I doubt you would have noticed the first time you watched it, because it's just so exciting and just so interesting. But now he's got that in your head, so you're going to be looking for it. So blame him.
It's just a small little thing, but it doesn't detract from the episode practically at all. It's just a small visual thing that I recognized. But otherwise, it's very pretty. It tells a great story. Great character. For a 17.5-minute episode, we get more character development, more emotional connection to these characters than we have in any episode of The Twilight Zone.
Meow.
Am I right or am I wrong?
Huh?
So am I right or am I wrong?
I would say yes, but also that you can't compare the two.
You can always compare things. There are 2 pieces of television that are telling a story.
There are also 2 pieces of television separated by who?
I understand.
Yes.
Like I said in our last episode, old things are old, and maybe they can't compare to new things a lot of times.
Never mind. Anyway, before we get into all this, what are we rating it?
We're not going any further. There's nothing else to say.
No, there's nothing else to say.
There's a lot to say about this episode,
Yes.
but a lot of it's going to be in spoiler-free, I think.
Yes.
Other than us saying that we really, really enjoyed the episode.
Yes, very much so. I think even just seeing that first image, just before you even click on the episode, is enough to be like, okay, I want to watch it.
What was the first image? Is it the guy with the sword?
On the, like, when you go through Netflix?
Yeah, what is the image? You said when you see the first image, what is the image you're referring to?
I want to say it's of, I thought it was her in her other form.
What?
I don't know.
The first image, you totally want to watch
even
it.
if
I don't know what the image is.
even
you
if
want
it
to see
was
it.
the dude with the sword, I'd still
I
want to
don't
watch it.
remember.
So
It's a cool episode with cool characters. It's very
you're
pretty.
making them hate this episode.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, it is what it is. I like the episode a lot. We like the episode a lot. That's why we didn't lose any companion cubes.
No, we have all of our 5
One got
buddies.
nicked because of the frame rate issues, but
No,
other than
no,
that,
it did not.
Other than
It
that,
did not.
it is a phenomenal
There was
episode.
not even a close call.
There was a
okay?
nick, a small nick.
No.
As we passed by a laser beam, it just singed it, just a smidge.
No, that was you. You got singed. Okay?
Well, it singed me, okay?
You're the only one who got singed by that. You're not touching the companion cube.
But
Anyways, guys.
still, phenomenal episode. Very cool story. Very adult story.
Yes, this is also one of the episodes where it's not really for kiddos. There's a lot of dangly bits and human bits and not human bits.
We've said
and-
this before, but truthfully, maybe even more so than Witness, this might be the most adult episode. I don't love Death Robots, in my opinion. You see more in this episode than you did in The Witness. Just hands down.
Oh, I wasn't comparing it to The Witness. I was comparing it to our last episode.
I was comparing The Witness.
Oh.
I said, what I was saying is, in my opinion, it's the most adult episode, even compared to the last one. The last one, I mean, there's sexual content that we don't get as much in this one, but in my opinion, there is more graphic nudity in this one than there is
true.
in even the naked girl running down the street the whole episode. Like, okay, yeah, here, okay, but in this one's like, oh, well, they are very naked.
yes.
They're very naked.
Yes, I would agree.
So, yes, this is a very adult episode. But 5 companion kids. We're moving into spoilers, so just listen.
We're moving into spoilers, so just listen.
Or don't
No.
listen. Go watch the episode, then come back
Don't ignore
and listen.
him.
See, you've had
Keep
plenty of time to click, watch, and come back. Look, you're back. Hello again. We're going in spoilers. We're in spoilers.
This episode is... I don't know what this episode is anymore. I literally feel like this episode is a complete and total train wreck, but not the episode we watched, so
The
go
episode
watch
we
that
watched
one.
was pretty phenomenal. And it is about little fox spirit creatures.
As I said, I can't remember the name that they gave them, but it is most likely the Chinese version of a kitsune, which is the Japanese fox demon, or the Japanese fox spirit.
We don't want to use the word demon. That is a negative connotation of these things, and it is offensive. Spirit is a much friendlier word. You already given them a bad name by calling them a
I
demon.
don't know, at least you're not calling them other things, so we're good.
But they could be kaiju.
Shut the fuck
They
up.
could be. I mean, we could call them kaiju.
Oh my god. No, they're not giant, okay?
But they transform. They
It
simply...
doesn't matter. They are not giant. The kaiju don't transform either! Get out.
I don't.
The episode. That's what we're talking about.
Little spirits. Little friendly little fox spirits.
No, that is not it.
Are they not friendly little fox spirits? They
Not
do.
not really. Not if something's attacking them.
Well, they can also kill things. But for the most part, come on, they were adorable.
Okay. So, yeah.
The little fox spirit, she was adorable.
For the most part, this episode...
It was like a little Eevee running around. Or like a little Ninetales Pokemon.
I was about to say.
Very fluffy, very cute, very little fox.
I want
Except
that.
if they're in like the half form.
Holy crap.
That's the scariest form. It's like human form, very pretty. Fox form, very cute. Middle form, that's the demon part we were talking about earlier. Because that's where we have like super agility, claws are out, and they are just like
They got some fangs.
they'll kill you. They'll kill you.
And they can jump really high.
So yeah, we start. This one spans over. He said 5 years, but he seemed to age quite a bit in that 5 years. The first time,
Yeah.
because he went from being, maybe he's like 12ish, and then I guess 17. So I guess there's a big. It could work. It seemed longer.
Yeah.
Because
There's
the
a
rest
lot
of the
of
episode, he
progression,
doesn't
but
seem to
yeah.
age, but there are like 10, 15 year gap. But once you get older, you also don't seem to age as much. That like 18 to like 27 or something. It's like, you age, but if you age good, you don't really look like you age that
No.
much.
Then you hit. Why does it sound like your dog's killing something?
You never know. She probably saw a bird or squirrel or something. But yes, so we start when he's young and helping his dad hunt these demons who entrance men and live off them or whatever it is.
Yes, they entrance men and they pretty much steal their life force for their evil magic.
Or if you listen to what they say, this guy was just infatuated with this little fox demon because she's a very pretty woman, and they're for whatever reason they have to go to them.
Yes, it's pretty much that if a human falls in love with the spirit, they pretty much have, I don't know if you'd call it a curse on them or just a longing, a deep need that they have to be with this person, and the fox spirit unfortunately can feel and hear that from everywhere. So the only way to make it stop
is to go to them so
Yes.
they can shut them up.
Yes.
So if you listen to the spirit, they are kind of it's like, this sucks. It's not what we want. But if you listen to people, which we already know suck, then these are evil demons who
Yes.
prey off men who must be killed.
Yes.
So the dad is here to kill said demon.
Which we get some great battle scenes, action. We get lots of transformation from human to mid.
To mid, to a cool little chase scene, to losing a hand, to getting to the den, to meeting the child, to the mother of
Yes.
this.
He while trying to join his father, he finds a pup, and the pup, he pretty much tries to just kind of catch it, and it
turns into
a
the
girl.
woman.
Yeah.
Which goes from being a little cute little pup to a full-grown naked woman.
Well, it does do that mid thing in between.
It
but
does.
yes.
There's a slight mid thing that it jumps around and does a little snap, and then quickly goes into woman.
Yes, and of course her first instinct is, why are you trying to kill us? We didn't do anything to you. And that's when he learns the real story, but he's still kind of like, no, my dad said this.
And then the mom's says something about...
She says, do not talk to that human. You know how dangerous they are.
Exactly. And then mom loses her head.
Yes. To which dad's like, hey, did you see any pups? And he's like, no.
I don't really know what to believe right now.
Yeah.
Things are wonky. I was talking to this naked chick a second ago. She says you're in the wrong. She was real pretty. I don't know.
So he decides to lie and say that he didn't see anything.
Yeah. And then we go 5 years.
To which his father has passed. We don't know of which. I assume maybe an illness of some sort.
They don't say, just he has passed. But thankfully he has, because he would not like the modern era of the locomotive.
Yes, the trains are now running through.
We are moving into the Industrial Revolution. We are seeing trains and steam-powered things.
To which we also find out that he is still seeing, I think it's yen?
Yen. Yeah, he says yen.
Yeah.
It's spelled Y-A-N in the description or in our subtitles, but he says yen.
So he is still friends with her. He brings her food every now and
Which
again.
is interesting, in my opinion, that this episode went he is friends with her.
Yes.
And he's always friends with her.
Yes. He's not.
He doesn't get infatuated.
Yes.
He doesn't fall in love. He is friends with the spirit demon and helps her the best he can.
Yes. he doesn't fall under the same trance that supposedly all men do when they...
Well, I mean, there was a slight trance when he met the mom
Yes.
originally. He was very happy to see her. Very happy.
But, I don't know, maybe the vibe gets stronger if they're in danger. Like, it's kind of like a ward off. If I can, stun the person, then...
Maybe so. But he's like, I'm leaving the village to go out, away from here, get away and do things, which he goes to work on trains.
And she just says, I'll survive.
I'll figure things out. It's like, okay, interesting. So he gets to learn more about trains and building and creating these locomotives and working with gears and things.
Yes, and it also touches on subjects, of course, the Englishmen, the higher, richer cultures and stuff, looking down upon, of course, Chinese and anyone lower class, pretty much.
Yes, we get a lot of that. To which he ends up running into her again by these Englishmen wanting to take her back to wherever, probably.
Yes. And he's pretty much like, leave her alone or I'm gonna smack you.
Yep.
With a wrench.
With not so many words, but a hand on a giant wrench and some weird finger thing that he was doing. He almost looked like Crocodile Dundee. Like, buddy, stand down.
Like, it was that weird hypnotist thing where it's like, you want to leave this area.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
Yeah. And he literally is like, yeah, you're right.
You're right. And then they chit-chat and talk, and she's like, I'm stuck in this human form. I can no longer transform into my true form anymore.
Yes, because we learned earlier on, before he left, that because of all the trains, because of all the smoke in the air, she said that magic was leaving the world because of a new age.
It feels a lot like what we kind of get in Lord of the Rings. Yeah. Them talking about the age of men is coming, the people of any magic is leaving the world, and how they were leaving and everything.
So she pretty much says that it's getting harder and harder to go back to her real form, as she calls it.
Yes, so at this point we learn that she can't anymore, and she's kind of become what his father accuses the mother of. She is like, hey, I'm real pretty, so I get with these men who give me things.
Yes. I pretty much use people to get by.
Yep. So that's what she does. And then we skip ahead again.
Yes.
I don't remember how many years. It's like another 5 or something.
He's moved on from work. He pretty much says that he can understand trains as much as he can understand his own heartbeat. And now he's moving into the age of...
Steampunk.
Yeah.
Really, really advanced, really awesome steampunk. Yes,
automaton.
Yes, automatons.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and it looks cool and it's awesome.
He builds a rabbit, and I want that rabbit.
He does build an insanely cool rabbit. So, yeah, he's making little robots with steampunk.
Yes.
It's really cool.
It's all, just everything they put into it was really cool. Like all the little details, because we see a couple different machines. We see like a shoe polisher. We see, of course, like a carriage kind of thing. But then seeing him build his little rabbit.
But what we see him do is far advanced over what we see in the streets.
Yes. And you can see him going around, of course, taking notes on stuff. And then just to see him light the match and then put it underneath the rabbit and actually light. Oh, God. It was just cool.
It's very cool.
Really cool.
Very cool. To which he goes to bed and then hears something in the night, which he has his nice fancy sword, which he's going to kill whatever came in, and it's her. Yes. In a very big coat.
Yes. She says, I need your help.
And so originally it's like, well, what happened? And she shows her legs, to which this time, as well as last time, I was like, oh, it's only the legs.
Yes.
Because that's what we see originally. I was with the governor, I think she calls him, and he did this to me. And they only show her strapped down, and they take a saw to her legs.
Yes, she wakes up before they take a saw to her legs.
Yes, which is brutal.
And yeah, so you're like, oh, okay. And we find out apparently he can only get jiggy when he
likes metal.
the robots. So
But then she stands up and takes her coat off, and she's like 95% metal at this point.
Yes. It pretty much feels like everything has been replaced except her face. Like
Yes,
literally the skin on her face.
The human kind of face.
Yes.
To which we cut back to the governor and her, to which she decides, or she tells him no, he gets angry and hits her, to which she, being mainly metal at this point, much more powerful than he is.
She pretty much finds the strength of her spirit again. Because she felt, because she was trapped in her human form, that's all she could be, was just a weak human woman. And then now that he gave her kind of the weapon that she needed to feel that power again, it was like, you know what? I don't need this.
She crushes his head, essentially.
Yeah, she
rips his face open.
She does a Joker on him.
Yeah.
She puts her thumbs into his mouth and just pulls.
Yeah, he did. The governor did.
He gone.
So she asks, what's his name?
I don't remember.
We've gone this whole episode. We haven't said this man's name.
No, it's... I'll find it.
But she asked him to help her get her true form. Help her to make her a new body.
Yes.
And then we get this really cool scene of him doing exactly that.
Which the first time I saw this, like, I mean, I automatically assume, like, okay, why can't we get back to the animal spirit? Why can't we get back to the animal spirit? But and of course him building the rabbit and stuff, I figured we were going to get an animal, but I thought it would just be an animal. I didn't think it was going to go to that cool of a length.
Oh no, it's so insane. He built her a super sleek robotic body, human body, to which we actually get to see like him light it up, and it goes in her chest and lights up, and like
she literally swallows what I assume is coal.
Yeah,
like,
something like that.
She takes a bowl, and you could hear it crunching as it goes down, and then just her lungs, like you could see lungs, and they just light up.
It's so cool. It's so cool looking. It's so cool. And then she like howls and starts to transform into her fox spirit, and seeing the legs elongate and things move around and her hair move down to her tail. And, oh, guys, so cool.
Liang.
Yeah, Liang.
Oh, he's like good stuff.
But it's so very cool.
I love the the detail that they put into that transformation. Just how they did make. Not obviously we don't feel it's possible, but they made it look possible for that world. It wasn't just it's magic. No, like you could literally see the plates and stuff shifting as she moved, and I was like, I'm done. This is great. I love it.
Super, super cool. And then we see her fox form again in her tail, and she jumps and she leaps out the window. And it literally could have ended right there.
Well,
to me, it doesn't. I'm saying it could end right there.
Yeah,
her leaping out the window. We see her. It pans up to the sky. And like it literally could have ended right there.
Yes.
To me, it felt like an ending. But then we get another 60 seconds of footage of her becoming Batman.
Yeah, we pretty much get our little vigilante at work, because what she does is before he builds this body for her, she says that I want to go and I want to hunt. I want to hunt the people who act like they can own us. And then, of course, when she jumps out and lands on the balcony, he says, "Good hunting," because it's always been their thing. This is good
name of the episode.
Yes. And then
we watch this lady running away, and then she gets trapped in an alleyway, and then of course 3 of these Englishmen.
It looks like the same Englishman, actually, but yeah.
It might be, who really knows. But 3 Englishmen go and strip her pretty quickly. Like, okay. And then, of course, you just see her. They hear some noise or whatever, turn around. She kind of hops on like a flagpole.
Yeah, she's just sitting on top of a flagpole, kind of like silhouetted, and you just see her tail just fan out.
It looks awesome.
I'm like, oh my god.
It looks so cool. And then she leaps at one of the guys, and that's where it ends.
And I really like, well, they could have just, of course, had her jump and it go black and everything, but no, you can literally see the reflection of her mouth opening just really quickly in his glasses, and I'm like, yeah.
She's Batman. She's become Batman. She's taking vengeance on these people.
Yes. So, yes, definitely go check this episode out. Obviously, if you're listening still, you have, but go watch it again because it was good.
It's a great episode. Unlike our previous two great episodes, which were 100% really good, cool CG, this is very, very good. This is like just anime.
Yeah, this is an anime style. Yeah.
So, cool, awesome 2D. Really good. It's just a cool story. Again, I like the characters more than I have in our Twilight Zone episodes because I just feel like we get to know them more.
Yeah.
In a shorter time span than when we get these Twilight Zone episodes. They just do a better job building these characters and getting you more emotionally connected to who these people are and what they're doing.
Yay!
So, very good, very cool steampunk stuff.
Go watch it again. Go tell your friends.
And if you listen to this and you didn't watch it, well, I feel bad for you because you let us spoil everything. But
That's
still,
fine.
go watch it
again.
Still go watch it. We did not describe it nowhere near well enough.
No,
please
not
go
even
watch
close.
it.
Especially the first half of this episode. I don't know what the hell was. I don't know what that is.
And I cannot wait. I just cannot wait till we get season 2. Season 1 there's so many cool and great different. We know nothing. We know nothing. We know there will be a season 2, as far as I'm aware. I don't know anything else. So.
Why must you do this to us?
But Netflix can do whatever they want. It'll probably just drop one day and be like, "Here it is." Like, okay, I'm in.
That's fine.
That's fine. We'll be watching it. I'll end up, because there's no way I'll wait for 18 weeks to watch all the episodes. I'll probably end up watching most of it over like a weekend, and then we'll slowly go through all the episodes like that again. Very cool. Go watch it. It's awesome. But as always, you can reach me at Stars Untraveled, reach Amanda at KZ Pup, reach the show at Beyond Our Focus, everywhere, including YouTube and podcast services around the globe.
In a steam engine.
It probably exists somewhere, huh? Still?
I think they have them at like some museums.
But running?
Well, that's what I meant, like train rides.
Like Charlie.
Oh, God. No.
Charlie, the steam engine choo-choo.
No.
He was a steam engine?
No Charlie, no Blaine. We don't go there.
Blaine was not a steam engine.
We don't care.
Charlie was a steam engine.
They're both demonic, okay?
Very possible. Any final thoughts?
Go watch Good Hunting.
Go watch Good Hunting. And Aquila Rift and Sunny's Edge. Mm-hmm. The best episodes. Some of the good too. The Witness was good. 3 Robots is great.
Just watch all of them. just watch all of them.
Well, the yogurt one's not as necessary.
You can see them. Anyways.
Till next time. Long days and pleasant